Hello and welcome to another Supernaturally Healthy video. I am Kezia Hall, holistic health coach, lover of cake and food and all things healthy. And I'm here today just to give you a little bit of an update on my health and well-being. A lot of you will have seen from my YouTube videos that I did a post about a year on the GAPS diet. And now today what I want to do is go through after 2.5 years after GAPS and give a little bit of an update and share kind of how life has changed, what the benefits have been of being on the GAPS diet, as well as share a little bit more information. So for those of you who don't know and don't know what the GAPS diet is, it is the Gut and Psychology Syndrome diet that is created by Dr. Natasha Campbell-McBride, who's based down in Cambridge in England. And if you haven't seen the first video, then make sure you go to my channel and check out 1 year on GAPS, because that will give you a bit of an update and this will build onto that. So what I wanted to talk to you today about was just kind of following on. I started the GAPS diet in January of 2013 and now we are in July of 2015. So this is quite a couple of years have passed, and I just kind of want to share an update on how it's benefited my body, what is healed, what is done. So recapping, the reason I started GAPS was my digestive system was just a mess. I had chronic diarrhea, gas, bloating, low energy, lots of pain in my stomach quite regularly, cramping, bleeding when I had bowel movements, skin issues. The list is pretty endless. But 2.5 years on from GAPS, lots of stuff has changed. So it's worth noting that in the last probably year, in the last 12 to 15 months, I haven't been following the GAPS diet completely strictly. I started to occasionally eat things like white rice and found that my body tolerated that fine. I also started to introduce more things like sprouted chickpeas and lentils, and I know they're strictly allowed on the GAPS diet, but they'd always been slightly problematic for me. I'd also introduced and discovered the joys of HCl, hydrochloric acid, to really help with the stomach, with digestion, which has been really, really invaluable. So lots of different things have kind of shifted, but in basic principles, I do stick to the GAPS diet. I've discovered over the last 2.5 years, my body doesn't love a lot of milk, especially if it's not raw milk, so I stay clear of that. I also tend to stay clear of dairy in general because I can't access raw dairy, which I feel is the most beneficial. So in general, my diet now consists of lots of vegetables for every meal, and things like green smoothies, stir fries, curries, good quality organic meats, but maybe only once or twice a week. Then the rest of the time, my meal's based around eggs or lentils or some sort of beans and pulses, which again works really well. And of course, fish. Can't forget fish. So fish is always in there a couple of times a week. But in terms of the improvements and benefits that I've seen 2.5 years on, the main reason I did this was to really help my digestion, and I really wanted my body to just heal and be well. So 2.5 years on, I can say my digestion just keeps on getting better and better. My bowels, again, just keep on getting better and better, which is brilliant, pretty much like clockwork, which is really, really great. In terms of my general energy levels, I think those have definitely increased, especially over the past year, as I've just learned to listen to my body and to really tune in, which the GAPS diet is really good at helping you listen to your body. And I'm a firm believer actually that no one diet fits everyone. We have to tweak it or work with a holistic practitioner to help us tweak it to suit our specific needs. So that has gotten a lot better. There's still a few health things that are still going on. I started this off with skin issues. I still have some skin issues. Been to dermatologists and to the doctors, had further tests, and they think they don't know what it is. I think it might be to do with a vitamin A deficiency, but I'm working through that with my own kind of practitioner as well to figure out what is going on there. So that hasn't improved in terms of hormones and PMS, that has improved in the last 12 months, especially not 100%, but it's a lot more regular and again like clockwork than what it used to be before, which was very erratic and all over the place in every sense of the word. So it really has actually laid a really good foundation in terms of keeping on going. And one of the main important things in terms of thinking about GAPS is really thinking about the longevity of it. I think when I first started GAPS, I couldn't imagine doing it more than 3 months. When I read the book, I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to not eat all this stuff and and go and see friends and do life and travel and go on holidays? But actually, when you just take it one step at a time and you just take it one day at a time, it's actually just become a lifestyle. I don't think of myself on GAPS anymore, but I pretty much stick to these principles because it's just become a habit. And that's really, really important when coming into GAPS, is coming into it with a mindset of, again, just taking it one day at a time. I know it can feel overwhelming, but actually making it a lifestyle shift, because the most results you're going to get from doing a healing diet like this is actually doing it long term. Because if you think about how long you've been having certain symptoms for, so for me it was 10 or 12 years, actually that's not always just going to shift overnight. Your body will heal, but it needs to take time for it. So some of the other things that I've learned in the last even year or so, again, is really about listening to my body, and also about my stomach and my digestion, making sure that that's really, really good. And I would really recommend people working with someone to help with really specific supplementation to go along with GAPS, because that's really, really helped as I've created my own bespoke supplementation plan. That's really helped me see those shifts and all those final health issues, especially in digestion. Again, things like HCl and digestive enzymes have really, really helped with that. So I've learned that a lot in the last year. I've also been working more and more with clients on a one-to-one basis, implementing and tweaking the GAPS diet specifically for their needs, for their health issues, and I've seen some amazing, amazing results. So this again needs to be tweaked for individuals' needs, which is why it's really good to work with somebody like me or another naturopath or nutritional therapist or someone that's really clued up on gut health, so that they can really tweak it and make it something that really suits you. So that I would definitely recommend the Gut and Psychology Syndrome diet to people. And if you have any questions about the GAPS diet, about starting it, then leave them in the comments below. And make sure you head over to supernaturallyhealthy.org, because I've got tons of recipes that are GAPS friendly, some tips for doing GAPS on a budget, smoothies to have in the intro phase, all of this kind of stuff. So make sure you head on over to Supernaturally Healthy. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, then why not? It's a super fun channel to be a part of. And I will hopefully see you very soon. Bye.